it's me, Drew, aka the Green Arrow. And today is the day that I go and see Suicide Squad. I've swerved all the reviews on it and everything because like it's been getting some like negative like reviews. So I didn't really want to like watch the reviews and be influenced. So I'm gonna go watch it myself. I believe we're watching it in 3D. Yeah, watching it in 3D. So that should be pretty cool. And yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be good because obviously it's rated. So I ain't really got high hopes for it, but I'm hoping it's going to be good. Like all the bits I've seen of it, like the clips I've seen have been good and everything, but I'm hoping it's not that they fed you the best parts in the trailer, and then when you go and see the film, like it's going to be really brass cat. So I'm hoping it's going to be really good. But guys, I'm going to go and see it now, and then yeah, what I'll do is I'll tell you what I think. Boom.
So in the movie now, yeah, ain't started yet, but I got my 3D glasses, which you're most probably not going to be able to see. Can you shine on my face? No, they can't see me. But they can flash. They can. I can't. I've got no flash, man. You give me a flash on your phone, innit? Like, see, bad lighting woman here. You get me? Supposed to have a lighting woman, and like she's not even lighting me. She can't see me. Can't see my silly glass. Like, there you go. See, there you go, guys. Now you can see me. Yeah. After she lights up. But look at my glasses. See, my funny glasses for my 3D film. Gonna hit Suicide Squad. At the moment, it's some trailers for some next film which just finished. No one else seems to be in here at the moment, so it might just be us in here. If it is, that's a bonus because then at least then I can get to like do my thing and actually watch it properly and like do a little bit of talking at the same time, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, but as always guys, I'm back.
Ma'am, I got motion detectors going off on the secure floors.
Flag girl around you.
Hold.
Use extreme caution.
What's happening, guys? See, so it is actually the next day. I watched Suicide Squad yesterday, and it took me a day to actually figure out what is actually like going on, kind of thing, because it left me with so many different unanswered questions. We had the Joker, we had Harley Quinn, we had Deadshot, we had Killer Croc, we had Captain Boomerang, we had El Diablo, we had Enchantress, we had Rick Flag, we had Killer Croc. I don't quite know. Well, let me start off by saying that I think that Will Smith and Margot Robbie done a really good job as Deadshot and Harley Quinn. You know, the chemistry between them two on screen was really, really, really good. You could see it shining through. You had the ability of Deadshot, which was obviously amazing. His technical skill, everything in it, like the words he came out with, the way he was bartering and bargaining with people just before killing somebody, you know, every little scene when he was in his cell, I think everything was mapped out and it was done really well. I really did enjoy Will Smith as Deadshot. And then you had Harley Quinn, crazy, you know, she's amazing. There was parts of it that I didn't quite like, and then there's parts I did like, but overall on the Harley Quinn factor, I think that, you know, she did pretty well to be Harley Quinn. You know, she pulled in a lot of humour, I suppose. That Harley Quinn's got a lot of cheekiness. You know, the words she was used, you know, she kept on calling people pussies and all that kind of stuff, you know. And basically saying, look, I'm better than you, and, you know, you're going to have to get used to it kind of thing. But as we all know, Harley Quinn is a little bit of a devious soul, but she was really good. I did enjoy watching her in the film. You know, Diablo, he was also another good character. You know, he done really well. I wasn't really expecting much from his character, to be fair, but I got quite a bit, so I'm pretty impressed with him. Slipknot, well, if anyone's ever seen the animation series of Task Force X, you know that they always use a patsy to basically test if, what's the word, Amanda Waller is telling the truth or not, and let's see if our head gets blown off. And what happens? His head gets blown off. It was pretty class, actually, the way they did it. He would jump from building to building, and then it was just about as he was going to get away. Rick Flag activates his little thing on it, and that guy's head goes. You don't see his head, but his head blows off, so you get basically a decapitated body swinging on a rope. Pretty cool. Killer Croc, amazing. Like, I think in fairness to Killer Croc, he could have been maybe just a little bit bigger. He was toned as a normal person, which, to be fair, he's not really a normal person. He's a crocodile, and if you've seen any of the anime, then you know that Killer Croc is actually a pretty big guy. And in the Suicide Squad, he was really, 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 really small. He was just like a normal built black guy, really, which was a little bit disappointing. You know, obviously I wanted him to be just a little bit bigger. Enchantress was alright, okay? I'll give it to you. Enchantress, but she was alright. Like, the character, her being the main villain with her brother, like, it, to me, didn't feel quite right. It just didn't feel right, you know? You had her, and she obviously collects her brother's soul or whatever from the thing it was encased in, which was a bit like a totem when you take off the head and then it sucks into you. And yeah, he took over, possessed some guy in a train station, and from there he basically grew and grew and grew, and him and Enchantress were the main threats of the Suicide Squad. But originally, to start off with, the film, should I say, Enchantress was under the control of Amanda Waller. You know, Amanda Waller searched a cave where Enchantress was found, or first born, kind of thing, to find her heart. Now, it was said whoever had Enchantress's heart controlled Enchantress. And for the meanwhile of the movie, that was actually true, you know. Until you're watching it and things just, you know, there's a scene where Rick Flag and Enchantress, well, the host, the Doctor, is in this hotel room, and basically, it's when she speaks the words Enchantress floods over her body, and she comes, and you could see it. It was pretty cool. When you first saw Enchantress take over her body, it was really good. I enjoyed that. You saw Enchantress, the whole body flipped around and everything else, and there she was, do you understand? And it was really, really good. But then obviously you know that later on in the film, like I said, she was in a hotel room with Rick Flag, and that's where they set the whole thing up. You know, she disappears, she goes to get her brother, comes back, and she's all normal again. And it's when they go on the covert mission that she's basically supposed to put this bomb up top to destroy her brother, but they don't actually know it's her brother, to destroy him. And she basically turns trick and she disappears, and she goes up the top, and you know, she asks her brother to save her. He then heals her heart for the meanwhile until she gets her heart back from Amanda Waller, and she basically becomes the threat. So, like, I don't reckon that was a viable villain for the Suicide Squad. Batman, okay? Batman was in the film. He was briefly in the film for me, about 5 minutes. He was the one what caught Deadshot. He was the one what caught Harley Quinn when he was chasing after Harley Quinn and the Joker. I'll get to the Joker in just a minute. But when you see him at first, you see him take on Deadshot, And if it weren't for Deadshot's daughter, then, you know, the Bat could have seen a different outcome. But because his daughter was there, and obviously she didn't want to see anything wrong, any wrongdoing happening to her dad, or, you know, she didn't want her dad being injured, or she didn't even want Batman, to be fair, being injured. You know, she obviously respects Batman for being the good Samaritan guy that he is, and, you know, he goes out there and he does all his peace and justice, and he saves the world. So obviously she didn't want her dad to be mixed up in that kind of stuff where he ends up in killing the Batman, or tries to kill the Batman, and everything goes wrong for him, and he ends up in dying himself. So, you know, we got to see the Batman take on Deadshot, but not really, but he ends up arresting him and taking him to some kind of black hole or something or other like that. And then obviously you get to see him chasing Harley Quinn and the Joker. Now, Harley Quinn and the Joker, you get to see the Batman jump from his vehicle. You don't see him jump, but he lands on the car. So there was a bit of cut scenes that needed to be like tweaked upon and like worked out, because it just went from him being in a car to him being on the Joker's car, and Harley Quinn then shooting the top of it all going crazy, and then suddenly the car plummets into the river. Next thing you know, the Batman flies into the river. There's no Joker, but there is Harley Quinn. She's unconscious at the bottom in the car. Then she comes around, Batman punches her, arrests her, takes her to black hole. Not a problem. My reserve feeling on the Joker is, I don't know where I stand with Jay Leno's Joker, because first off, like, to me, I remember the Jack Nicholson Joker, and, you know, the Joker from Adam West's version of Batman on the TV show. And to have him play the Joker was a little bit funny, because you had silver teeth, really badly designed tattoos, and like, I just weren't feeling him as the Joker. You know, I came out and I was thinking to myself, what the hell has gone on? Now, by all accounts, they've actually cut a whole heap of Joker scenes from the actual film. So could that be why I weren't digging the Joker, because there weren't enough Joker in the film? Or is it I really don't like the Joker because he's not a traditional Joker? But I don't know. Like, I'm really stuck on the borderlines of loving and hating him at the same time. And that's surely because he's not the Joker that originally is dictated in any of the Batman films. So in any of the Batman films, you'll never see his kind of Joker in it, because the Joker isn't like that. Quinn and the Joker, like I said, Margot Robbie, she was amazing. I loved her as Harley Quinn. You know, I like Harley Quinn anyway. She's amazing, and, you know, she's just, this is the best version of Harley Quinn, you know, and this is the best version of the Joker. You know, so you got Harley Quinn and the Joker, and the original animation version, you know, was really, really good. You got to see a little bit of the therapist Joker relationship during the film. Not much. Like I said, quite a lot of it was actually cut. So you didn't actually see a lot of Harley Quinn and the Joker. You got to see them in the therapy room together, where he asked her to get him a machine gun, which Harley Quinn does. Then you see him and Harley Quinn. I think it was a couple of his boys must have got her or something and put her to the table, and he basically says, yeah, I'm going to make you feel some pain. And he has these two electrical prod things, which he's going to basically bang into the side of her head and make her cry. But you don't actually see that. You see him put something in her mouth, and then you see it cut. The music to the film as well, it wasn't great. The music along with the scenes didn't actually flow together nicely. To my liking, I didn't actually like the way that it went together, because it wouldn't make sense, the music in half of it, like especially in the fight scene. If you go and see Suicide Squad and you watch the fight scene where after she comes out of the elevator and bam, 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 fighting, the music to that didn't actually go. You know, it was like someone was bored and just wanted to get home and was just like, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna slip that in there, and that's perfect. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly how I'm gonna have it, and I'm not really gonna care about what people think about it. And it's just like, wait a minute, you take that little bit more time just to do it, and then it would have made it sound a lot better, and it would have gone along with the actual action on screen a lot better. So I just didn't dig that. I think someone was being lazy. And don't get me wrong, I love DC. Yeah, DC. I'm a DC fanboy. I love DC. I like Marvel. You know, Marvel's not my top, but DC is, and this is why I'm a bit disappointed in Suicide Squad, because a lot like Batman versus Superman, which was great, it's left me feeling that it could have been a lot better. A hell of a lot better. A lot better. Everything about it just a lot better. Yeah, like the end and end all of everything. It was impressive at all. So we had, for instance, okay, I tell you who impressed me in this movie. Will Smith as Deadshot. You know, he impressed me. I think any film Will Smith actually puts his hands to, he can actually make really good. Like, he really does take on that part, and he embodies that person who he's trying to portray. So in this case, it was Deadshot. You had the banter from Will Smith, which everyone knows and loves, you know, like from his Wild West and from Men in Black, Pursuit of Happiness. You know, I could go on. He draws his character from basically everything, and he pulls it into one. So you still got the comedic aspect of him, whilst him being really serious and him getting the job done. So he's got that overall factor that you can really get into and enjoy and love and, you know, cherish, and think to yourself, you know what, he made a really good Deadshot. Because to me, I believe he made a really good Deadshot. So if they are going to bring Deadshot again back in the DC cinematic universe, man, hi Will Smith, man. He done a really good job as Deadshot.